You know what one of the worst and most upsetting things have been about this past stretch within NGS, and it is simply put, Nameless City. Now, I think a lot of people kind of let this slide under the radar, and obviously, we know that they have definitely budget issues and things like that, but this is really unfortunate that it persisted as long as it did. So let's dive into it. But first, be sure to like, subscribe. Helps out tremendously. Thank you very much. So as everyone is aware, pretty much, the last 3 weeks or so has really revolved around Nameless City, right? And so when Nameless City came out this past time with the updates, we were having issues with all ship matchmaking. When Nameless City was first released, there were issues as well. But in this occasion, they weren't really able to solve it, to fix it. And so as you can see here, they talked about this back on the 19th or 20th of December, and they knew that the issue was there. So, they tried to fix it, and then they eventually just cut it off. But for those who aren't aware, there was a whole bunch of lag, pretty much making Nameless City all ship unplayable. Also to boot, you could get a captain spawn from a limited time trial, and it could lag out so heavily to the point where you'd be sitting there for 5 minutes and then it would just disappear and you wouldn't even get the reward items. So naturally it was an issue that needed to be addressed. The only thing is that they didn't really address it, and as such, all ship matchmaking for Nameless City is specific just for Nameless. All ship matchmaking for everything else is fine, but just for Nameless City has been shut off since the 20th of December. And so this is problematic because Nameless City has been the key focal point for this entire period. And, everything is a vertical game. So everything kind of comes and goes, right? So once Nameless City kind of runs its course, it's pretty much kind of running its course now because we have a period coming out with no RDR. Then we have, the new boss coming out, the new dual quests coming out. Then we have Veil. So Nameless City has kind of run its course. It's at that point where it's running its course. And the downside for this is that you have all ship matchmaking, you have 4 ships for global, and so many people just are not able to experience Nameless City as intended. Like I, for one, even though I'm on a populated ship 1, I enjoy all ship matchmaking because I get to interact with all these other people from other ships, and I like all ship matchmaking for other ships like ship 3, ship 4, which are less populated, because it allows them to really experience the game in a greater scale and how it should be experienced. And that's why all ship matchmaking is huge across the board. So, of course, like I said, all ship matchmaking works for everything else just fine. It's just for Nameless City. But the problem is that Nameless City has been the focal point for what we've been doing for the past, couple weeks. So I think it's really unfortunate that they just never fixed it. It's been cut off since the 20th. And so, you're only doing Nameless City within your ship. I, for one, can personally say this made me not play Nameless City as much. I enjoy interacting with other people from different ships. I think it's just more fun. It's more unique. Just interacting with these other people from different ships, I really enjoy it. So I think that this definitely contributed towards me not playing Nameless or not enjoying Nameless City as much. No, nothing wrong with people on my own ship. I just enjoy, like, for those who don't know, like, the background, like, I used to play Valorant a whole lot. That's where the bulk of, how people knew me came from. I was a solo queuer. I like to go into these games, which is crazy because you never know what you're going to get going into these games solo queue, playing competitive solo queue. But I enjoy that because I enjoy interacting with different people from different walks of life, so and so and so. So that's kind of a big aspect for me. And Nameless City never getting fixed for all ship matchmaking really made me enjoy it maybe a bit less. So, hopefully they fix this coming after this maintenance, because they didn't have a maintenance up until now. So, there was, the last maintenance was on the 17th of December. So it's been a while, and and they halted it on the 20th. We do have a maintenance tomorrow. So hopefully it is fixed then, but they should have fixed it beforehand. They should have had some sort of, emergency maintenance or something that fixed it beforehand, when Nameless City was really relevant and really, the focal point of what we're doing. So we'll see if they fix it after maintenance on the 7th of January. But nonetheless, it feels a little late because, now the new stuff is going to be coming out. People are going to be focused on that. I mean, it'll still get usage, of course, because we have a 250 boost coming, and no, not everyone's just going to be running the LTQs, even though most people are going to be running the LTQs. Let's be honest. But I mean, I guess some people will still be able to. I guess there'll be a lower pool of Nameless City people, so an all-ship matchmaking will allow it to still fill up, because other people are going to be running LTQs and going to be running the new Masquerader. But it just feels, it's unfortunate. So, but this isn't here to bash anything, as it never is. That's not how my content works. But it's simply, me saying that this is disappointing. This should have been addressed. I think that it does hurt the community. And I think that, ship 3, ship 4 players in specific really hurt from this, because all ship matchmaking is huge, especially for those lesser populated ships. And you really have to understand that. So I think that this really hurts their enjoyment of the game more so than anything. So, but yeah, so that's how I feel about it, about the whole all ship matchmaking thing. And I think it's a really, really hurtful to the community for it. So I think it's very unfortunate that it worked out like that. But it is what it is. Hopefully, I expect that they have it fixed after the maintenance on the 7th. If they don't, I don't even know what to say. Because I understand that there hasn't been a maintenance since that period, so maybe that's why they just hadn't really gotten to it. But that's not an excuse, because they should have gotten to it. That's kind of important. But nonetheless, we hope that they get to it. Hopefully, it's fixed after this coming maintenance. So, at any rate, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Spike content.